Hello, friends of the library, and welcome to this virtual workshop sponsored by the Friends of North Carolina Public Libraries. I'm Lynda Reynolds with the State Library of North Carolina, and I join you today to share a state library update. I want to begin with sharing a little bit about myself. I started my career in Oklahoma, working in almost every area of the library, including the privilege of serving as the library director in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is also home to Oklahoma State University. In 2018, I moved to North Carolina to embark on a new professional journey as a public library management consultant for the state library. In this position, I help public library directors, especially new directors, library trustees, and friends of the library have a better understanding of North Carolina public libraries and the services offered by the state library. I also serve as the State Library Liaison to FONCPL. Some resources that I provide to friends of libraries include an online orientation module and a pocket handbook. Both resources discuss the benefits of friends groups, structure and duties of friends boards, advocacy, and building working relationships with library directors and library boards of trustees. For more information about these and other resources for friends, you can contact me at the State Library. The last slide in this presentation will have my contact information. Located in downtown Raleigh, the State Library of North Carolina strives to enrich the lives of North Carolinians. We are a division of the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, which our new secretary, Dr. Wilson, says is the department of everything people love about North Carolina. Within the State Library are three divisions. The Government and Heritage Library provides print and digital information about North Carolina and research expertise, including genealogy. You can make an appointment to visit the library or use the online Ask a Librarian chat service. Any citizen in the state can also get a library card, which provides access to online databases as well as items from the circulating collection through NC Cardinal member libraries. The Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped serves North Carolinians who cannot use standard print materials due to visual or physical disability through a wide range of books and magazines in print, braille, audio, and downloadable formats. They work directly with individuals or through institutions such as public libraries, schools, and assisted living facilities. Library Development supports 84 public library systems at 412 locations through innovative programs and services that help libraries meet the needs of their communities. Here's a fun fact. 5.8 million North Carolinians have library cards, and 85,000 people visit a public library every day, which translates into 31 million visits annually. One of Library Development's primary initiatives is NC Cardinal. It's a consortium of North Carolina public libraries that share an online catalog and resources with other member libraries. The program, which has been operating since 2010, is supported by grant funds from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. To date, NC Cardinal is available in 55 counties, serving 43 library systems and the Government and Heritage Library. New library systems join every year, as illustrated in green on this map, with Nantahala Regional Library, Warren County Memorial Library, Person County Public Library, and Sampson Clinton Public Library joining this coming year. Access to high-speed internet or broadband is still a concern for many rural areas in the state, which results in a digital divide for students, small business owners, and residents who lack the access to allow them to complete homework, run their business, and apply for jobs. The State Library and the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources are committed to closing this digital divide through two initiatives. The The Homework Gap Initiative, supported with grant funds from the Institute of Museum and Library Services, strives to support K-12 students who are assigned homework requiring the internet but do not have home internet access. The State Library of North Carolina and the Broadband Infrastructure Office of the North Carolina Department of Information Technology are partnering with selected North Carolina libraries to develop and implement a holistic model to address the homework gap challenges within their communities. The Hometown Strong NC Student Connect Park and Learn initiative addresses the digital divide in North Carolina. To date, this program has installed over 200 Wi-Fi hotspots throughout the state, and the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources has purchased over 84,000 hotspots and distributed them to 200 school systems. The goal of the project is to reach as many as 82 state-owned sites and approximately 350 community sites. Another initiative of the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources is NC Learn, which has become invaluable during the pandemic. NC Learn is a gathering place for online educational resources from our state's natural and cultural institutions, which welcomes lifelong learners of all ages to come and explore art, history, library, and nature. NC Kids Digital Library is another great pandemic resource. Created by the North Carolina Public Library Directors Association, this statewide digital consortium provides access to children's ebooks, e-audios, and videos, primarily for younger readers in K through 4th grades. This collection also supports titles that have simultaneous use, allowing every child in a classroom to read the same book at the same time. NC Kids Digital Library is accessible to North Carolina students through their local public library. It has been supported by the North Carolina General Assembly and more recently received one-time federal CARES grant funding. There are 2 library funding watches that you as a friend of the library can advocate support for. The first is at the statewide level and involves a request for an increase in the North Carolina Aid to Public Libraries Fund, also known as state aid. State aid is allocated annually to eligible libraries to improve, stimulate, increase, and equalize public library service for all North Carolinians. State aid is utilized by every library system to address the specialized needs in the community. It can be used to enhance the library's collection and expand digital resources, such as free Wi-Fi and mobile hotspot checkouts. It can be used to support job seekers, small businesses, and support education, including early literacy and school readiness. Some libraries depend on state aid to support staff salaries, to offer extended service hours or outreach services to at-risk communities. As a friend of the library, you can request legislative support for this important funding for your public library. For more information, contact your library director or branch manager. The other library funding watch is on the national level. The Build America's Libraries Act would fund upgrades to the nation's library infrastructure to address challenges such as natural disasters, COVID-19, broadband capacity, environmental hazards, and accessibility barriers. This groundbreaking legislation would pave the way for new and improved library facilities in underserved communities across the country. United for Libraries, a division of the American Library Association, is asking Friends of Libraries to join in the effort to support this bill by contacting your Congressmember to support this act. You can find more information at the link provided on this page. I want to end my presentation discussing the importance of advocacy and your role as an everyday library advocate. Advocacy is defined as the ongoing practice of voicing your support for libraries and persuading others to do the same. Your role as a library advocate occurs every day and everywhere, anywhere and anytime that you can promote the library and its services and how the library can meet community needs is being an everyday advocate. As a community member, you have the very special role of communicating the value of the library to the community and ensuring that the library is listening to the needs of the community. There are 4 keys to the success of advocacy. Number 1, relationships. Don't wait for a crisis to reach out to your elected officials. Begin building those relationships now. You can start by learning their names, what they look like, what issues they are passionate about, and what personal connections you may share. Same church? Kids in school together? Live in the same neighborhood? The goal is for them to know you by name and associate you with the library. If you build the relationship first, it will make it much easier when you need to make that ask for library support. Number 2, community focus. Put community at the heart of library advocacy. When you hear about a need of the community, you can actively listen and then help the library determine how it can support those needs. Number 3, library stories and data. We are all moved by real-life stories that impact people's lives. As a friend of the library, you have the ability to share a personal and powerful story of how the library has impacted your life or how it's met the needs of someone you know. You can also back up your story with data or facts on how the library is impacting the members of your community. Remember, stories make data human and data makes stories real. And number 4, always remember that a thank you can go a long way. Sending a note after you have had the opportunity to speak to an elected official shows your appreciation for what they do and continues to build upon that all-important relationship. This concludes my update from the State Library. Please feel free to reach out to me, and I want to thank you for your service as a friend of the library.